Growing up, my parents always told me not to worry about college. They said they'd been saving for me since I was a kid, as long as I worked hard and stayed out of trouble. I believed them. I was the responsible child, the good grades, no drama, part-time jobs, and clear goals. My younger sister was the opposite. She bounced between interests, quit things halfway through, and was constantly finding herself. But my parents assured me it didn't matter, we both had college funds. Senior year, I got accepted into my dream university. When I asked about the college fund, my parents suddenly got quiet. That's when they told me the truth. They had already given my college fund to my sister. She had gone to an expensive private school, dropped out, and burned through her own savings. Instead of letting her face the consequences, my parents decided she needed it more. They never told me because they didn't want to stress me out. I asked how much was left for me. The answer was nothing. When I confronted my sister, she shrugged and said I'd figure it out because I was smart. And my parents agreed. Apparently, being responsible meant I didn't need support. I took out loans, worked multiple jobs, and struggled through college alone. My sister moved back home and kept chasing new dreams while my parents defended their decision. The final straw came when my mom suggested I help pay for my sister again after I graduated. That's when I realized it was never about money. It was about priorities. They chose her comfort over my future. I chose to stop being their safety net. I graduated with debt, but also with independence. And I don't regret walking away. My parents always promised that college was covered. From the time I was young, they told me not to worry about tuition, as long as I worked hard and stayed responsible. I took that promise seriously. I got good grades, avoided trouble, and worked part-time jobs to help myself. I didn't ask for much because I believed my future was already secure. My younger sister was different. She changed her mind constantly about what she wanted to do. One year it was art, then music, then something else entirely. My parents called her creative and sensitive. I learned early that expectations for us were not the same. Still, I was told we both had college funds. Equal. Fair. Senior year of high school, I was accepted into my dream university. I was excited, nervous, and proud. A few days later, I asked my parents when we would talk about transferring the college money to the school. That's when everything fell apart. My parents exchanged a look and told me they needed to explain something. They said my sister had gone to an expensive private school, dropped out, and used up her college fund. Instead of stopping her or making her take responsibility, they decided to give her mine as well. They made this decision quietly, without ever telling me. I asked how much was left for me. They said none. They told me my sister needed it more. They said I was strong, smart, and capable. They said I would figure it out. That hurt more than losing the money. I confronted my sister, hoping she'd at least feel guilty. She didn't. She told me she never asked for the money, and that I'd be fine because I was the smart one. In that moment, I realized how deeply this imbalance was normalized in our family. With no support, I took out student loans and worked multiple jobs while going to school full-time. I missed social events, lived on cheap food, and barely slept. Every semester felt like survival. Meanwhile, my sister moved back home, talked about self-care, and continued finding herself, supported by the same parents who told me to just push through. My relationship with my parents started to break. They didn't understand why I was distant. They said I was ungrateful and dramatic. To them, they were just helping one child, not hurting the other. The breaking point came when my mom casually suggested that once I graduated, I could help financially if my sister decided to go back to school again. That's when it finally became clear. I wasn't their child who needed support. I was their backup plan. I said no. For the first time, I refused to carry the weight they put on me. They called me selfish. They said money shouldn't tear a family apart. But it wasn't the money. It was the message. I graduated with debt, but also with independence. I moved out, limited contact, and started building a life without their promises. My sister still drifts. My parents still defend their choice. As for me, I learned a hard truth. Sometimes being the responsible one just means you're the one expected to sacrifice. And I'm done doing that.